Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 14. Okay, so now we're on to the next episode of My Hero Academia. And, yeah, sorry for this being so late. I did mention that if I couldn't get to it on Sunday, yesterday, I would get to it today, Monday. And for those of you who didn't know, the reason for this being late is simply because Saturday I went to a tabletop gaming party that my friend hosted, and then Sunday I helped clean up my grandmother's basement and everything, and I was just too tired to get to it after, so yeah, we're getting to it a little late, but hey, at least we're getting to it, right? So another episode of My Hero Academia. And per usual, I have no idea what's going to happen. Now, we did get a new intro, so I assume and hope we're going to start getting into the new arc. I don't know what it's about. I don't know pretty much anything about the new arc. But the opening features some new characters, including some people in what looks like some kind of like sailor or naval uniforms or something. I don't know. Um, One of whom I've seen fan art of before. The girl with the long blonde hair, I've seen fan art of her before. Um, I don't know anything about her, but yeah. So we're getting into some more of new characters, I assume fan favorite characters. I'm really interested to see where they go with this now, because as I mentioned before, we just got off of a huge arc. We've had a couple episodes just to kind of chill and relax a bit. Last we left off, the students have been training to develop these special moves, and Izuku had started using strong style, I believe he called it, by using his feet as a way of attacking instead of just his fists, which I really like. We also saw Mei Hatsume return, be as delightfully, lovably crazy as ever. And we had some fun with even getting to see All Might step up as more of a teacher role. And not just for Izuku, but for all of the students. We're also seeing the continued growth of Bakugo, and I love his new move and all, like how he focuses the blast on his hand and shoots it out in like this laser of this explosion laser. That is badass and awesome. Um, but yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes. So we're just gonna find out. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and for now, I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we will begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Uh, so, by the way, I realized, before anything, I had the wrong episode downloaded initially, so I had episode 14 downloaded initially, and so I mistook it. That's why I said episode 14 at the beginning. Um, I might have put in a little notice that said that corrected it to episode 15. But yeah, this was season 3, episode 15, not 14. Um, I made the mistake. I actually had to download this episode, and in the meantime, I reacted to Steven Universe. Well, recorded the reaction at least. Um, Either way, yeah. So, this episode. So, UA is going on to the next step of things, which is the provisional license exam. And they're doing it against what seems to be just 2 other schools. Um, the exam is different every year, sort of like how the UA Sports Festival is different every year. And this time around, it is a speed-based challenge. Not in terms of running or whatnot, but in terms of using your speed in order to take out your opponents quickly. You take out your opponents by hitting the targets. You have 3 targets on different parts of your body. It has to be exposed to the public so it can be hit. And if all 3 of your targets are hit and light up, then you're out. And only 100 students will pass this. Um, so that's very few out of the, what was it, 1,500 or so that are competing. Um, and one thing to note is that UA, because of the sports festival and having their quirks and everything broadcast, they are at an ultimate disadvantage right from the start. UA is always like taken out right at the beginning. But this time around, Aizawa's been training them specifically in a way to get them ready for this kind of thing, which is cool, and I like that. So they're ready to handle this kind of thing. Now, I said it during the reaction, and I'll say it here again. I do not think that all of UA, all of Class A should pass. Not at all. If only 100 are going to pass, I mean, yes, all of UA could, but I don't think they all should. And also, there's got to be more than 3 schools here. It only showed 3. But yeah, with like 1,500 students, it has to be. So UA, I don't want all of them to pass. The ones I definitely think should are Bakugo, Izuku, Ida, and Sue. Maybe a couple of the others, but those are the 4 I think really should, or I just really want to pass. But Izuku, Bakugo, and Ida especially. Because, one, Ida, this is speed-based. It is definitely for Ida. Izuku, because I think this is something he needs at this point. I think at this point, yes, it's great to have Izuku not win everything, and we've seen that, but I think at this point he does need to get that provisional license. And Bakugo, because Bakugo has continuously shown how amazing he is, and I think this would just go well for his growth. Now, you may know I didn't notice Todoroki, or I didn't mention Todoroki. And I think there's a specific reason as to why, obviously. Todoroki, I feel, needs to be brought down a bit. Yes, he didn't win the UA Sports Festival. He's had so many issues, and especially with his family. And that's not exactly what I'm talking about here. When I say I think he needs to be brought down a bit, I'm talking about in terms of his abilities. His abilities are exceptionally strong. And honestly, if he was fighting at his full potential and power against Bakugo, he would have won in the UA Sports Festival. At his full potential, he's one of the strongest we've seen. Even amongst pro heroes, I'd say. I mean, obviously not as strong as All Might, but yeah. Either way, he needs to be taken down a level. I think his quirk isn't really suited for this kind of test. Yes, the ice will allow him to move a little quicker, but just all in all, I think that his quirk will hinder him here a little bit. And I think it should. I think this would be a good point to actually do that for. To bring him down a little bit, for him to not get the provisional license, the one you would think above almost any of the others would. I think that would be really cool for his character. But maybe that's just me. Either way, we're definitely going to start seeing the quirks and abilities and stuff of these other students. There's notably this one guy, the one tall guy, the one who was like full of brightness or whatever they said. But Bakugo saw through that. I want to know more about him. I want to know what his abilities are. I want to know, like, what his real personality behind that mask he's putting on is. I really want to know. Either way, this was a very good episode. It's kicking things off. And now, I don't know if you would consider this the next arc. For now, I think I am going to consider it. I'm going to consider the provisional license arc. Let's put it that way. I don't know how long it's going to be or anything, but I expect some good stuff to happen in the next couple episodes for this. And I really want to see some of these other students from the other schools really go at it. Um, but in the meantime, tell me what you thought of episode 15 of season 3 of My Hero Academia. Tell me your thoughts on these new students we've begun to start seeing, and just the provisional license exam itself. And in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles, shed tears along the way.